The Rival 3 from SteelSeries is a mouse that I think is really going to catch a lot of people's attention. It's an 8500 DPI gaming mouse that weighs just 77 grams, which I think puts it into that ultra lightweight category with other gaming mice like the Coolermaster MM710 and 11 and the glorious Model O. But the big difference here is the price. SteelSeries is asking just $30 US for the Rival 3, which is just an amazing price point. So let's see what it has to offer. This is an ergonomic and somewhat ambidextrous design, but it's going to be better suited for right-handed users just because of the placement of the side buttons. There's a total of 6 buttons that are pretty easy to reach, except for this one little button on top behind the scroll wheel where I feel like I need to adjust my grip to be able to reach it. The main left and right click buttons use mechanical switches that are good for 60 million clicks. And they're a little more on the firm side in terms of actuation force, but that can be a good thing because it can help prevent accidental clicks. The scroll wheel is wide, super grippy, and soft to the touch due to this nice textured rubber surface. Overall, it's a pretty small mouse. It measures about 120 millimeters long, 67 millimeters wide at its widest point where it flares out near the back, and about 38 millimeters high. What's really cool about the Rival 3 is that it's very lightweight, but it doesn't use a perforated body design like other ultra lightweight gaming mice. And when you hold it in your hand, it's actually surprisingly solid feeling and just well built. Flipping it over, there's not a whole lot to see on the bottom. You just have the 8500 DPI sensor and a few friction reducing feet. I definitely wouldn't say that this is the grippiest mouse to hold in your hand. It's just a hard black matte finish plastic outer shell without any specialized grippy surfaces except for on the scroll wheel, which doesn't really help keep the mouse in your hand. But one thing that it does have going for it is just this design where the back flares out. It creates this natural feeling position for your thumb and your fingers that actually kind of makes up for the lack of a grippy texture. To take full advantage of the Rival 3, you'll need to download and install SteelSeries Engine software. When I first connected my Rival 3, it told me that there was a firmware update available, and after running the update, the software recognized my mouse and let me start configuring everything right away. So let's talk about performance. I use the Rival 3 for everything from photo and video editing to hardcore FPS gaming, and then even just some regular everyday computing type of stuff. And I came away super impressed, which I didn't think was going to be the case given that this is a $30 US price point gaming mouse, but man, it was also the easiest transition to a new mouse that I've ever experienced. And I'm not really sure why that is, but you know, if you've ever switched gaming mice, you probably know what I'm talking about, where there's a period of time where your aim just sucks. That didn't really happen here. I just adapted to it and I was able to just go on and play my games without any issues whatsoever. And when it comes to tracking, I use a low sensitivity and my current mousepad is a Corsair MM300 extended edition cloth gaming surface, and I'll make these huge mouse movements really quickly across the surface to do like a 360 or a 180 or whatever I'm doing in the game, and it tracked perfectly. It never skipped on me, nothing. Again, super impressive for a mouse in this price point. As good as all that sounds, there is one annoying drawback, and it's this rubber cable that they used for the wire. It's really stiff and you can actually notice it when you're gaming. You feel it dragging across the surface of your desk, your mouse pad, whatever. You're definitely gonna wanna use a bungee with this thing, but I just don't know why they chose to put this on here. I know they wanted to keep costs down, but I mean, could you not have put something more flexible and lightweight like they have on the Coolermaster MM710 gaming mice? I can't imagine that would have added much more cost to it. Really would have made a big difference in my opinion. This is not the best cable for this type of gaming mouse, but you know, it is what it is. Overall, you're getting really good performance for this one pretty minor drawback. And to finish it all off, they've added a really nice but not overdone RGB lighting system that, in my opinion, looks better than what I've seen on gaming mice that costs a lot more than this one. SteelSeries once again proves that they know their stuff when it comes to high performance gaming mice. The Rival 3 is going to deliver exactly what gamers are looking for in terms of performance and good looks. If I were to rate it out of 10, which is not something I normally do, I would give it a solid 8.5. I'm deducting a couple of points for the stiff cable and then just general overall lack of grippy surfaces. But when you consider the performance that you're getting for just $30 US, it's really almost impossible to rate it anything lower. The purchasing links are going to be down in the description of this video. If you're looking for a new gaming mouse from a brand name like SteelSeries, make sure you check out the Rival 3 and hit the subscribe button and turn on notifications. See ya.